glorious letters that are herewithin contained were never intended for public consumption. They are private letters, written most commonly in the heat of passion and containing confessions, secrets, thoughts, and feelings that the letter writer would more happily have died than ever have had exposed to the punishing gaze of society. However, now that all of the letter writers and people engaged in these events are either dead, in prison, or hopelessly insane, with the exception of myself, I have no compunction in gathering them all together, arranging them in their sequence of events, and presenting them to you, my discerning readership. The various events that are herein chronicled began in the year of our Lord, 1748. It took me years to gather these letters through various means, including blackmail, bribery, cunning, deceit, and sometimes downright barbarism. I have changed no names. I have blunted no edges. I only ask that as you read the lives of these poor souls laid bare, you judge them by the honest yardstick of those darkest secrets that you yourself withhold. My dear reader, as I sit here in my study composing the preface to this volume, I imagine you some, 276 years or so in the future, reading this book, sitting in your cozy study with your stocking feet resting on the ottoman in front of a cozy fire, the soft brown leather binding in your hands. Your anticipation is fevered. Your imagination runs away with you. So in tune are you with the people who populate these pages that without even opening the book, you can see in your mind's eye what they look like. And my dear reader, I imagine that you are forming a guess. I imagine that you can guess which one of the 6 people in the forefront of your imagination is going to write the first letter. So strong is this instinct that I imagine 276 years in the future, you will shout out by the color of the outfit. You are correct. But also, dear reader, I imagine you can even guess to whom that letter writer was writing their first letter. On the count of 3, I imagine you will shout it out. 1, 2, 3!
The man in blue.
Dear reader, are you holding a cocktail in your hand? Did you guess the man in blue? In that case, you are correct. Finally, dear dear reader, I imagine that as you picture the man in purple, poised at his writing desk, his quill pen in hand, you can guess of the very deep thought that he is running around in his imagination, which inspires the opening of his letter. I imagine you will shout out this deep thought on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3!
Yes! Chicken farming.
My dear reader, did you guess the deep thought of chicken farming? If you did, you are correct. And so, dear reader, sit back, open the book, and enjoy a series of scandalous letters and dangerous liaisons.
Jean-Paul Lepin to Pierre Agnon. Monsieur Agnon, as I look around at my vast fields of chickens, it brings to my mind the deep thought of how the feathers simply perk up at the slightest sign of danger. And monsieur, it reminded me of the solemn reason that I write to you. You see, I was walking my fields, tending to my favorite hen, Matilda, looking out into the vast pastures of Nice, France. And I thought to myself, did I make the right decision to send you, my good friend, out of town in disgrace? And as I did so, I heard a sound. Someone was approaching.
Oh, dear sir. Oh, my ankle. I tripped upon a chicken.
Oh! Petunia!
Dear sir, I must say that Petunia walked in front of me. I had no choice but to bump into her.
She had the right of way.
It was a four-way stop.
Now you catch me in mid-thoughts. What may I do for you?
Well, dear sir, first I ask that you give me some compensation for my injury.
Very well. One live.
Oh, if you think that's enough, well, certainly you're loony, crazy. You don't understand what these feet have been through. These feet have walked miles through Nice.
I know you. You are Claire Mouton, are you not?
That is right.
You are the daughter of the famous Lord of the Empire of the circus. Are you not?
Yes. The truth be told, I did not trip over Petunia. I came here for other reasons. You see, my father has requested that I come to him with a new performing act. And you see, we have come to learn that chickens here in Nice are quite good at walking on a tight wire.
My babies and I do not perform anymore, madam. Not since I lost, or rather, kicked out my good friend.
Aww. But
I wasn't done. Him and I, we ran the most beautiful act of chicken tightrope. Oh, I loved him so, but he disgraced me.
Sir, there is nothing wrong with a man who loves a chicken more than a woman. This friend of yours, known to love chickens and hens particularly, is this why you asked him to leave?
Yes. I like the metaphor that you use.
But then-
Yes, he became entangled with a woman and forgot all about our business ventures.
Daughter? Daughter! Dear.
Oh! Rebecca! Elisa!
My goodness, sir! Those talons! They were made for walking the wire.
Yes, of course they were, but they are retired, my good sir.
Certainly. Daughter, have you explained to him the terrible exigencies under which our circus has fallen?
Father, I began explaining, and then he went off into some emotional tirade about a friend of his.
Ah, yes, your disgraced partner.
Something about love and women.
Yes. Now, Monsieur Mouton, I understand that you are falling upon ill tidings, but that is none of my concern.
Sir, you have no idea how the population has turned their ire against the circus. It's almost as if taking the chickens, wrapping them in wire, and tossing them up onto the wire and slinging them across is no longer politically correct.
Of course.
Father, shall we tell him about the new act we've been thinking of?
Indeed.
It involves a bar suspended with two thin wires. This bar would then flow to and fro. What rides upon it? One beautiful hen.
And so, my dearest friend, this is the reason I write to you. I humbly beg of you, return. Let us start over. You may bring your wife. Yes. Your dearest friend for always, Jean-Paul.
Monsieur Pierre, to Claire. Claire, my dearest love. It appears that our conversation has perhaps bear fruit. For you see, I shall return to the circus, and I shall allow my friend to forgive me. Though the insult was great, the damage runs deep, and yet I still think fondly of us, and knowing the love that is between us, and once he does find out that it is you, I'm sure that he will laugh with hilarity that the circumstances presented itself. It was just the other day when I was strolling through my garden. contemplating about that argument we had a month prior. For my garden on the outskirts of the country was the only place that I could find solace and peace, looking upon the roses, petunias, and all the various other plants, the birds, the trees, the vineyard, a place of absolute solace. That is when your sister arrived.
Ooh.
Hello.
Marie.
You seem surprised?
I am, and you are not escorted.
I come alone.
I have enough scandal as it is. I do not wish to add any more further disturbances to my life.
You are now my brother. Don't you understand? There's no scandal here.
A scandal woman coming here alone visiting a man such as myself?
I heard word that you're returning to the circus with my sister.
News travels fast. Well?
I have been amiss ever since Papa and my sister have cut me off from the circus. They said I was not talented enough to walk the wire, so they have sought out chickens! Chickens to replace me!
Yes, I understand. But chickens are the most attractive of all exhibitions. What no, please, no, I'm not doing it that way. Of course, you are the most beautiful.
I fear, monsieur, that you have taken your foot out of your mouth just to put another one back in.
I'm sorry you had to hear about this way, Claire, in the letter. But I must be forthcoming. I am in love with your sister.
Which one?
As it should be, Claire is your wife. I have only come here because I know what the circus means to my sister and to my father. I just want a place in it all.
A place?
A place.
I see.
Papa.
Is this true, what I have heard, whilst hiding behind the coop? Stand back, sir! Am I to understand that you have in secret wed my eldest daughter, only to pay your courtship to my youngest?
Oh.
That is half true, Papa.
I beg you, sir, if there be another half to weigh the scale, present it now!
And my heart is only for Claire.
Hesitance.
You might have heard hesitance in my voice, Papa. But I assure you that my hesitance does not come from a lack of knowing, but rather the awkwardness of this situation that I find.
Really? Why, I'm tempted to believe you can scarce remember their names!
Yes, Claire and Marie.
Papa!
Child, don't you see how this man is treating you?
It is not him treating me. It is me confronting him. I have never forgiven you and Claire for kicking me out.
Well, I'm sorry, but you aren't as graceful as the chickens!
But Papa! Give me another chance.
That is of secondary
See,
importance.
let me climb on this very high ledge.
No, be careful!
See?
Oh! Claire! Marie!
Are you hurt, child?
I'm fine.
Papa, if I may be so bold.
Did you dare to call me Papa?
Yes.
Why not try Claire or Marie? You called everyone else that.
Yes, we married in secret. But it was because I knew that you would not agree to this. I have had a strange reputation of loving chickens more than women.
I thought that was a metaphor.
Well, it is. Yes, it is a metaphor, of course. It's a misunderstanding, rather. I was cleaning a coop rather hastily. I tripped and fell, upon the,
Oh.
upon the hen, Rebecca.
Sir, I demand honor. I demand that you meet me at the garden. But not this one. The one that is next to
The garden.
the village square.
And if I were to meet you there, what would take place?
What would take place is a duel, sir.
A duel!
A duel to the death. Yes, child.
To the death!
Yes, sir.
All because of a misunderstanding!
A misunderstanding.
You see, Claire, how unreasonable your father is. I understand why everything must be hidden from this man. Very well, sir. If a duel to the death is what you seek, then I see that you are quite eager to meet your maker.
We shall fight with chicken claw.
And with those words, they left. My dearest love, I know that these words were difficult to read, but know that my heart only belongs to you. For I do count the days and the feathers for when we will. Again, sincerely, your husband, your love, your cock. Yeah!
Claire Mouton to Monsieur. No. Monsieur Agneau.
Oh,
Monsieur Agneau, as I once may have referred to you with your first name, I shall heretofore refer to you by your surname, Monsieur.
I should let you know my last name is
Oh dear, I have run out of that substance in which I can replace a miswritten letter and fix my error. Let me just scratch this out. Monsieur Lepin. Where else did I refer to him as Lepin? There. Good. Dear sir, after speaking to you out in the wild on your property and seeing the luxurious chickens that you do own and care for, I still wish to ask for your assistance. You see, my father was badly injured in a talon fight. He is at rest at a nearby convent where he's being cared for by a very lovely nursemaid. I wish for you to meet him there and to nurse him as well. Let me tell you, though, about the horrible incident. That day, at the town square, next to the garden, there was my father and my husband, armed with fresh talons in each hand. With each hand, they respectfully waved their talons, trying to intimidate each other from afar.
Sirs, messieurs, first, you must present each of your prepared battle cries.
to battle a duel until death.
1 point!
It was unfolding as if it was happening in half time.
Excellent cock-a-doodle-doo! 1 point!
Father, please. Father, he is younger than you. Do not risk your life.
Stand back!
He nearly took out my eye.
I don't need a left eye or a spleen to beat this cad.
You need an army, sir.
You have counted your eggs before they hatch.
I'm a cock, I lay no egg.
And with one talon, he ripped forth an organ resembling a kidney.
Winner!
Father, we must take him to see the doctor. Forthright.
Perchance, perdu.
Father.
I was merciful in allowing a non-fatal blow, but that will teach you a good lesson, my good sir.
May I have my organ back?
Give it to him. Have you no mercy?
Crude surgery, but effective.
Hold it in.
Claire! It was him who brought this upon me to the death, and I'm being as merciful as possible. Why?
I would expect you to act more gentlemanly and not take out your chicken-like aggressions on my father.
How would you like me to act more legitimately? To kill him?
Is it too late for an annulment? Monsieur Lapin, with that, I left the scene. My sister and I carried my father quickly to the village doctor, who had a practice next to the garden, next to the town square.
And then take me to a nunnery.
First, not without attending the local fox hunt on the way. Of course, my father was a sportsman. It may have cost him his life nearly, but we arrived at the monastery where, the convent, where he's being cared for. Sir, please do visit him. Yours, Claire Mouton.
Monsieur Lepon to Monsieur Gounod. Monsieur Gounod, as you know, there has been a grievous injury to Monsieur Mouton. I visited him at the convent where he was being tended to by the nuns. He looked as weak as a bull without its horns and testicles. He seemed on the brink of death. He bellowed and cuckooed.
Obviously, I am rushing here to tend to you. First, I needed to put on my habit, which is the will of God, and it was askew, so forgive me.
She proclaimed as she looked at the sky towards God himself.
You are quite ill.
Dear sister, tell me, What lies across that threshold never trodden by mortal feet?
Death.
She was quite blunt, you see.
I was hoping for some hope of salvation, forgiveness perhaps, endless bliss maybe.
If I was not a nun, I would laugh. Hope. Sir, you are a sinner. Are you not?
Are you not surprised to see me?
My goodness, through the haze of blood clot eyes, is that you, my wife?
Oh, yes. I once was your wife.
Said Mademoiselle Mouton.
Surely you're not going to let a little thing like my abandoning you come in between us?
No, no. This is exactly what it is I would want now that the circus will be mine.
Monsieur, I was quite uncomfortable.
Since you clearly will not be able to tend to much of anything. Not like you did before.
Madame, he has lost a few organs.
You know, she is correct, monsieur. If your daughter does not marry my cowardly friend, you will lose your circus.
No, none of that. I care nothing for worldly belongings anymore. I care nothing for who marries who or who society looks upon with blank and vacuous smiles. I only care now to set right my past sins. Yes, woman, you were grievously wronged by me. Yes, I abandoned you for that woman who had the chickens. But our own children were so clumsy. They could not walk the wire. The circus was failing. The chickens were so damn good.
He couldn't have removed his tongue. That would have been much more pleasurable for me.
Wait, it is not too late. It is true I am mangled and blind, almost beyond repair, but I have come to this house of God. Sir, stand witness to this vow.
I stood witness to that vow.
I do not wish to hear this vow.
She did not wish to hear it.
I am going to take what is rightfully mine, which has always been rightfully mine, my passion, my performers, my circus.
Wait, please.
This doesn't appear to be going very well for you.
So,
Are you sure there's not even like a soft cloud to sleep?
No, nothing.
And so, monsieur, as you can see, Monsieur Mouton was devastated in body, mind, and soul. And so I write to you, my friend, because I miss you and I wish to see you soon. Yours truly, Monsieur Mouton.
Claude Gounod to Celeste Mouton. Madame Mouton, as you know, I was off on my journeys as a town crier. From town to town, I went about, weeping and crying. And of course, for funerals, to make the deceased seem as if they were even more beloved than. Now, I returned to your circus to visit my good friend Pierre, and I was witness to his conversation with Jean-Paul, my other good friend. I sat in the stands, my little hat that resembled a chicken placed about my head.
And because of all those happenings, that is why I cannot be a part of the circus any longer.
How dare you?
How dare I? How dare you?
You're the one doing it.
But you're the one that allowed her to interfere.
Madam, it was quite like seeing two colossal armies, for both were flocked by their respective flocks. Chickens in the rafters behind them, one sporting the blue, and the others sporting the purple, as if members of some discreet organization. And so they continued.
Monsieur, you step on back into the grounds of your infancy, into the grounds where you and I became best of friends.
Yes.
And you step upon our entire history.
She wishes to replace the chickens with people on tightrope.
Yes. Yes, she does. But do you not see what you have done? You have tumbled the board. Dominoes. A thing? Yes? Dominoes that fell. And other dominoes fell after. And now there is a broken man that you claim to be friends with. And there is a woman who will take all that makes him happy. And you care not.
I must say, it was quite awkward, myself being in the stands, witnessing my two good friends in argument. I made contact with the other soul across the room, the bearded lady. She and I shared a glance. Perhaps a sparkling romance, but that is beside the point. They continued.
Jean-Paul, you were my closest friend. And I've actually come here to ask you, let us start anew, perhaps. I care about you deeply, my friend. Even though I do forgive you for that strange rumor regarding me loving chickens more than women.
One does not simply fall upon a chicken.
It was a misunderstanding! I tripped! People trip all the time upon chickens here.
I cannot see our relationship flourish with your cold heart. I simply cannot, monsieur.
Then tell me what it is that you wish for me to do, Jean-Paul.
I wish for you to disappear. You have caused nothing but trouble since you have returned.
This is the second time you asked me to leave. I listened the first, out of respect.
You got married. You abandoned everyone.
I fell in love with a human woman.
And you stepped upon my body to reach her.
And she no longer wants to even look upon my visage.
Good.
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 Now I'm betrayed by all. So much has been asked of me. And no matter what I do, what call I come to answer, I've always answered the wrong one. I am now perilous, aimless, friendless, loveless.
You have dug and dug and dug with your talents.
I do promise, yes.
I am not done.
Please.
You shall lie upon the grave you have dug, my friend.
And at that, perhaps I be not a reliable narrator, but I wish to elaborate at this point, that their flocks plucked them up by their coats and flew them away.
I will take Rebecca!
I stalked toward the bearded woman, but I need not tell you of that tale. But perhaps if you'd like to know, it's fairly gratuitous, you can write me back. All the best Your loyal customer, Claude Bruno.
Celeste to Jean-Paul. Monsieur, I write you as I do feel we share the same desires in many ways. I want a circus that is mostly based with humans. You want to save your chickens. So, it is with this that I write and tell you about an encounter I had the other day that I think you will be very interested to hear. I was strolling along in the wedding that I was attending. I wasn't invited, but I like crashing things, you know. It was kind of a boring wedding, so I stepped outside, and who is it that you think I saw?
Oh, Mama.
Mother. Girls.
It is very bold of you to go to weddings while we are preparing for Father's funeral.
I did hire a crier.
Scallops wrapped with bacon inside.
He's quite good.
We should hire him more often. Well, Mama,
We have something to tell you. We understand that you do not like the idea of chickens
No.
performing. And so
I like chicken salad. And chicken soup. And
Well.
drumsticks.
we have decided that we would like to be the performers.
Claire, please say that my eyes and ears deceive me. For I just heard you say that you wish to be a performer here upon this very stage.
Yes. Yes, you see,
we have come up with an act with both of us.
we have. You must watch, for you will enjoy it. All of this upon a tightrope. And then
I catch her in my arms. She leaps.
And then we fly through the air, tumbling about, until we land on the ground victoriously. And we salute.
Girls, I must say, I am quite impressed and very glad to see that you are starting to see things my way. Good sir, can you please tell me what business you have with me and my daughters at this very
My
moment?
business is that this here be my wife, and this here be the circus with which I built with my own hands from nothing. And you come here so callously to take it away, and you have left me abandoned. But I've only done everything for you, my love.
Abandoned, you say? Oh, dear boy, you are so incredibly abandoned, haven't you been? Completely neglected by your family?
Yes?
Oh, I wonder what that feels like.
It feels-
Oh, I do know what that feels like.
Oh.
Wait a minute. It's like a nightmare come to be. You have... At first I thought you just looked like her, but you are her.
Mama,
Who is she? Who is she to you?
I cannot speak the words.
What?
She will utter them.
Yes, it is me. Your old circus performer. No, I survived. I will always survive.
But it was not my fault.
Shut